Hello everyone, welcome back to my class. Today we are going to read section B of the chapter Our Environment. Up to paragraph number 3 only we have discussed in the previous class. So today we are going to start from paragraph number 4. So before it, let me tell you one thing. You just open your book and go through it so that it would be a bit easy for you to understand. Okay, now let's start. Impact on natural and human system. Now the question is, what type of impact? What is mentioned here? Here the impact is all about the impact of global warming and to some extent pollution. So basically global warming is being emphasized here. A wide range of impacts are predicted by the scientists. And one or two impacts are not there. Wide range of impact means a number of impacts, means number of effects are being predicted by the scientists. Predicted means what? To speak in advance. Okay, is being spoken by the scientist. These range from sea level rise to destruction of ecological system. So first one is sea level will rise and ecological system will be destroyed. Every aspect of society will be affected, and apart from this, each and every sphere of society, each and every aspect of society will be highly affected because of this global warming. Global warming will bring about major changes in water distribution and have impact on water resources. So, water distribution will be affected. At the same time, the impact on water resource also will be affected. In the meantime, we also will read how, because in the next stanzas, it is next paragraph, all these things are clearly mentioned. The flow of water in stream located in high latitudes and Southeast Asia will increase, while it will decrease in Central Asia, Southern Africa, Australia and the Mediterranean. Okay, so here what is mentioned? Clearly it is mentioned that the flow of water in stream located in high latitude and Southeast Asia will increase. So where the water flow will increase? It is going to increase in high latitude as well as in Southeast Asia. Means in these countries water source means flow of water will increase. It will decrease in Central Asia, but at the same time in Central Asia, in Southern Africa, in Australia and in Mediterranean, in these places the flow of water will decrease. Most glaciers will shrink while smaller glaciers will disappear, and the big size glaciers, they are going to shrink. Means they will shrink means what? To become smaller. Okay, they will be small, and the small glaciers that are present, that is going to completely disappear because it will completely melt. Water stress in lower latitude will increase. At the same time, water stress means what? Inavailability of water. Okay, it will increase. Higher evaporation due to higher temperature will lead to greater demand for water for irrigation purpose, and there will be high evaporation because temperature also will be high, and for that purpose more water will be needed for irrigation purpose. Water system which are not managed or poorly managed will be degraded further. At the same time, what else is written? Water resource. And what are the water resource? Well, tube, pond, river, stream. Okay, so these are the water resource, and the water resources that are not managed at all or they are very poorly managed, that one also will be affected, and that one also will degraded. Rainfall patterns will change considerably. At the same time, not only water resource but the pattern of rainfall is also going to change. Drastically it will be changed. Monsoon will probably become more intense, and the monsoon is going to be more intense. Intense means what? Severe, serious, causing greater flooding, and there might be greater flooding. Now the question is, you might be thinking why there will be means too much flooding. Listen, when water will evaporate in great amount, definitely accordingly means as per the evaporation there will be rainfall. So definitely more rain we are going to get, and when more rain is there and flood is inevitable. Okay, more rain will fall in shorter period. At the same time, rainfall pattern also will be disturbed. there will be more rain in short time period. This is already happening in southern African region, and in southern African region these things are already happening. These things means what thing? More rain is falling, means there is more rainfall in limited time period. The northern latitude will also become wetter and humid. At the same time, the northern latitude that also will be quite humid as well as quite wetter. At the same time, dry and semi-land regions will probably become even more drier. Listen, the drier regions, that one is going to be more dry. The change in precipitation will have impact on local agriculture and vegetation, and because of this precipitation, what will happen? This vegetation, either it is agriculture or local vegetation, everything is going to be highly affected by it. Come to paragraph number 7. The effect on crops will be varied depending upon many factors such as the type of plant, properties of soil, the interaction between CO2 and agricultural growth process. So here it is mentioned production, okay, harvest. It is completely depending on various factors. And what are they? First one is type of plant. What type of plant that we are going to harvest is the most important thing. Properties of soil. What are the different properties of soil? Either it is suitable for agriculture or not. These things are also important. The interaction between CO2 and agricultural growth process, and how CO2 and this agricultural growth process is interacting with each other. That one is also going to play an important role. And although the increased amount of CO2 in the temperature is generally beneficial to vegetation growth. So we also know that in photosynthesis, green plant that take CO2, carbon dioxide. Okay. So if this carbon dioxide is increasing in the atmosphere, definitely it is quite good for the vegetation. But you just imagine what will happen next, that the growth depends on many other factors such as water availability, soil condition, etc. Listen, here one more thing is also there. Only if CO2 is increasing, we can't get good harvest. We can't get good, cultivation can't be done in a proper way. Thing is that quality of soil is also needed. Availability of water is also needed. At the same time, suppose in a particular area, suppose in your area, the carbon dioxide is 20% in the atmosphere. Take an example. It is not written in the book, just take an example. Suppose 20% carbon dioxide is present in the atmosphere and green plants are not growing properly because they are unable to get sufficient amount of carbon dioxide. Okay. So what does happen? Ultimately, with the global warming, the amount of CO2 is increasing in temperature, which is quite good for the vegetation. Okay, because CO2 is helping for photosynthesis. Now you think when this CO2 become 40% in the atmosphere, it's good. But do you think that after 40% it will stop? It will not increase. It is also going to increase further. And a day will come when the carbon dioxide will be 80% in the atmosphere. At that time, can you do or can you get a good harvest? Definitely not. So this is also the main problem. It is mentioned. The IPCC projections show that overall food production will decrease, particularly at the higher end of the predicted global warming range. But overall food production will decrease if global warming is taking place. Terrestrial and freshwater ecosystem are at risk from climate change, and terrestrial as well as this freshwater ecosystem are at risk. Freshwater fish will migrate poleward and freshwater will go to the poleward. The habitat for cold and cool water fish will be destroyed, and the fish, those who are living in ponds, river, they will automatically die because water also will be warmer because of global warming. Many species of fish will be endangered or destroyed, and a number of varieties of fish, they will be completely destroyed or their life will remain at risk. Climate change will have major influence on the oceans. Decrease in sea ice cover, changes in water salinity, alteration of ocean circulation current can be expected. So here, number of changes can also take place in the ocean. For example, decrease in sea ice cover and change in water salinity, alteration of ocean circulation current, all these things are being expected because of this climate change, and the main cause is global warming. Due to the coupling between the oceans, coupling means what? Joining between the oceans and atmosphere, changes in the ocean will in turn interfere with atmospheric circulation, and as there will be a copulation between the ocean and the atmosphere, definitely there will be change in the ocean, which in turn will interfere with the atmospheric circulation. Okay, means when coupling is taking place, something else is also being changing, and finally atmospheric circulation is also completely going to be changed. Means slowly it will change, it will take number of years also. Many marine ecosystem will be affected. In the coastal area, flooding will increase and land erosion will accelerate, means increase. Wetland mangrove will be degraded or destroyed. Wetland mangrove, Sundarban, okay, wetland mangrove, that one will degrade or that will be completely destroyed. At the same time, marine ecosystem will be damaged, will be destroyed, and flooding also will be quite intense in the coastal area. Seawater will contaminate freshwater sources. Severity of storm will increase, and seawater will contaminate freshwater, means seawater, the salty water will mix with freshwater, and severity of storm, and there will be storm also. Coral reef, atolls and their biological system will be affected, and every biological system, the coral reef, the atolls, everything will be affected. All the marine creature is also going to be affected by this. Human health will be at risk. At the same time, human health also will remain at risk. Why? What type of risk? Many vector-borne. Vector-borne means what? Illness which is being caused by parasite, virus or bacteria. Okay? Foodborne and waterborne infectious diseases will expand their range. So, a number of diseases, infected disease. Here COVID virus is also infected disease. So, like this, number of infected disease will also expand. The incidence of malaria and dengue, which currently affect 40 to 50% of the global population, will increase. At the same time, at present, the writer has spoken that right now, 40 to 50% global, means people throughout the globe, they are being affected by malaria or dengue. Okay, and this one is remaining 40 to 50%, and this one is also going to increase. And increased heat waves could lead to more heat related fatalities. It means death due to extreme hot weather, sunstroke. Okay, so that also will be increased. Recurrent flooding will bring in its wake more diarrheal and respiratory disease, and because there will be continuous flood, and as a result what will happen? There will be diarrhea and a number of respiratory diseases. Okay. Listen, floods and storms will also reduce food production, and as there will be continuous flood or storm, and food production also will be decreased. And increased food insecurity, and food insecurity also will be increased. Malnutrition will rise among poorer societies, and the societies that are poorer society, there will be malnutrition, means kids will suffer from lack of vitamins, lack of proper diet. Socio-economic impact of climate change will be severe, and there also will be socio-economic change. Many economic sectors, particularly physical infrastructure, will be affected by climate change. Flooding and landslide and sea level rise coupled with uneven rainfall and extreme weather could lead to human migration. Suppose in a place there is continuous flooding, okay, there is no food, will people have the desire to live in that place? Definitely not. So human beings will migrate. Migrate means what? They will shift from one place to another place. And this will aggravate living conditions in overcrowded human settlements. Industrial transportation and commercial infrastructure will be degraded by flood and other climate-induced phenomena. So here what is written, and because of this, when people will shift to a particular place, at that time also there will be heavy population, and there will be scarcity of food also. Scarcity of food, scarcity of water, everything will be in lack. Okay, means nothing will be in surplus, everything will be in the deficit condition. more energy. At the same time, what will happen? Commercial infrastructure, industrial transportation, commercial infrastructure, everything is going to be affected. More energy will be required for cooling purpose in the areas affected by high temperature, and the area where high temperatures is there, in those places more energy is needed in order to cool the place. Might be to cool the room or to cool the building, more energy is needed. The cost of extreme weather event borne by insurance and financial service will increase as global economic losses increase due to catastrophic event. And because of all these events, what will happen? There will be the cost of extreme weather event, insurance and financial service, everything globally will increase and there will be a fall in global economic. Okay. I have completed up to paragraph number 10. Next period I am going to complete it up to paragraph number 16. Okay, you just read it. Any question you have, you can ask me in the comment section. Okay, have a nice time.